Hi, I'm Ron at Rapid Pro Manufacturing Corporation, and we're a manufacturing company that specializes in product development. Today, I'd like to share some really critical information that might be really beneficial for you as you advance your project. So, we're going to talk about product development. Once you've nailed down your intellectual property with a great patent attorney like Jeff Shell, the next steps will be really important as you decide how to advance your project. You're now ready to make some exciting decisions, and we encourage you to lock in your product value by creating great 3D CAD files for your project. It'll all start with utilizing the SolidWorks 3D CAD program here at Rapid Pro and working with one of our experienced designers to move your project forward. You're going to need these CAD files for one or more of the following options. Firstly would be a prototype. Once the prototype is completed, you'll have a product that you can hold in your hands, you can test, you can show it to a focus group and give feedback. Obtaining manufacturing quotes is also going to be necessary to help you create budgets for your project, get ready to do a business plan. Marketing opportunities will also be really important, and these 3D CAD files can really be beneficial. You can convert these to renderings and then work them into a PowerPoint presentation or other types of presentations that you can later show to investors or licensees. Marketing resources are important, and some other fundraising opportunities could be just as important, including crowdfunding or maybe presenting to and attracting an angel investor. As we get into the design and engineering, we'll create a professional set of files and drawings, and it'll be critical to optimize your profits down the road. We use a fantastic software for creating those 3D CAD files called SolidWorks, and it'll be really important to select and work with an experienced designer and mechanical engineer to help create your product. So it's critical to work with experienced designer and engineer to advance your project. You'll explore and identify several different key items that will help in advancing the project. Some of these key items will include creating the actual geometry, selecting material types and manufacturing processes, along with targeting the perceived value that you want to achieve with your product, and also the target cost range for the consumer down the road. This is also known as design for manufacturability, or design for manufacturing. During this phase, we'll capture your vision for the product and get you what you want and what you need to move forward. We'll also do our best to engineer your patentable features into the design for legal protection down the road. Now, you're ready for a prototype. Prototyping is a powerful and necessary step in the product development process. This is a magical step that allows your product to take physical form for the first time. It's your first chance to hold it in your hands, view it, feel it, test it, show it to others to ultimately do testing in a controlled setting. It's also your first chance to really evaluate and lock in the feasibility and value of the design. It will give you an opportunity to make a list of revisions or improvements that you want to make to the prototype for another round if necessary. So depending on your product, you have options on how to produce this prototype. We may direct you toward commercial 3D printing. Rapid Pro owns and runs our own 3D printing operation, and one of our favorite machines is the Fusion 3 commercial 3D printer. Now, this equipment allows you to build with a number of different materials, a number of different durometers for flexibility or rigidity, and you can build these prototypes in a matter of hours or days. Fantastic machine and equipment, and very cost effective. If your product is going to require crazy tight tolerances or really fine details, another equipment that we love is our 3D laser machine called a Viper, and that's technically termed stereolithography. It uses a laser to cure liquid resin into a solid as it goes through the process to produce your parts. It cures the liquid resin in 5/1000ths of an inch layers, one at a time, until the part is complete. Very cool process and amazingly accurate. So this process can produce that prototype in the form of a master. And that master prototype can be used for the casting process. Casting is a great resource for low volume manufacturing as well. So we can use that master prototype, build a silicone mold, and then use that silicone mold to create replicas of the master. You can create a few or a few thousand, just depends on how many molds you need to use, because they don't last forever when they're made out of silicone. But it's a great process for low volume production, quick, inexpensive, and efficient, and we can produce those parts once again in multiple durometers and multiple colors for your evaluation. That takes us on to higher volume manufacturing. This is where the rubber really hits the road. So for higher volume manufacturing, once again, you use the 3D CAD files to produce tooling, also known as molds. And those molds are then installed into a plastic injection molding machine to produce your plastic parts. This is where the high volume manufacturing comes into play. The process is a semi-automatic process. We'll have an operator that's monitoring the machine, inspecting the parts as they come out, trimming or stacking the parts in boxes, and preparing the product to go to the consumer. In many cases, the next step before they go to the consumer will be the packaging. And once we get into the packaging, the process is very similar to developing the packaging as it was to developing the product. We'll have a design effort made to determine the proper packaging that fits this product perfectly. We'll prototype it and test it, approve it, and then start that packaging process. After all, packaging is really cool because you only get one chance to make a first impression, and this is it. We hope all this info has been helpful to you today, and we want to thank you for joining us here at RapidPro to learn more about our product development processes. And if you have questions or want to discuss more about your projects, please feel free to contact us on our website at rapidpro.com or email me, Ron, at rapidpro.com. From the whole team here at RapidPro, thanks again from Ron at RapidPro.